What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video for you. Today's Monday, May 15th, 2023. We're talking MLB player props over on Prize Picks. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. No recap to go over because honestly, it's just been quite a while since I've since I created a MLB player prop video with the NBA playoffs really kind of picking up steam over the last couple of weeks. It just it's much easier for me to just take the foot off the gas with creating a lot of videos for the sake of quality. I want to make sure that the content that I put out is of quality and not just throwing videos out there for the sake of videos. So if you really are interested in MLB player props from me, be sure to check out the Discord where I do provide player props to Discord members in the in the player write-ups. But in terms of videos, I do expect to be making more MLB player prop videos within the next couple of weeks because the NBA playoffs have now reached the Final Four, and so we're gonna have days like today where there aren't any NBA games. More time in between games, giving me more time to work on MLB content. And then once the NBA season winds down, we'll be 100% focused on MLB, or it'll be our main sport that we focus on along with WNBA, and we'll see what else we can throw in the mix. So with that being said, and without further delay, let us just jump into the Prize Picks board and talk about a few plays that I like for today's MLB schedule, slate, what have you. All right, first player prop that I want to talk about today is going to be a pitcher strikeout prop. And I want to scroll on down to Tanner Houck over 4.5 pitcher strikeouts versus the Seattle Mariners. Let's head on over to props.cash and we will break this one down. All right, pulling up this game log for Tanner Houck. Looking at the past 7 starts for him, that's as far as we can get. He's only had 7 starts. At least that's what props.cash is seeing here. He's gone over this line 4 out of 7 games for a 50% hit rate. Now, that's fine. That's okay. But what I really like and what I really want to show you is his home and away split, because this game is being played in Boston at the great Fenway Park. Love that ballpark. 4 straight starts he's gone over this prop, dominant at home. 5, 6, 7, and 5. Love the way this looks. All green. Ceiling game of 7. Maybe not ceiling game. Maybe there's more to give, but we'll take it. We only need 5 today. On top of that, what else is there to like? I don't know. Maybe the Seattle Bats being the 3rd worst team versus right-handed pitching this season, striking out at a 25.2 whiff rate. 25.2% of the time they're whiffing versus righties. And last time I checked, Tanner Houck is a righty. So a couple things working in his favor. Hopefully the Boston Bats can take care of business, and then Tanner Houck can go out there and take care of his business. Give me the over 4.5 strikeouts for Mr. Tanner Houck versus Seattle Mariners for our first prop of the day. Second play on the board is going to be Nick Pratto over 0.5 total bases. Listen, I had this great joke lined up. I wanted to transition into this play using my Randy Macho Man Savage voice because Pratto rhymes with Macho, and he was going to be the Pratto Man, Randy Savage. But as I tried to do this voice, I felt like it was transitioning into Arsenio Hall's preacher character for Coming to America, like the Randy Macho Man Savage. I want you to tie that knots, help Gilligan get off the island. That is not Randy Macho Man. I'm trying to really work on that. I used to have a really good impression. I think I did it too much, and I just destroyed my voice a little bit. My cords are all burnt up from trying to do it too much. But we'll try to work it back into a show. Video at some point. So let's talk about Nick Pratto over 0.5 total bases today as our second player prop. Heading on over to props.cash to break this one down. All right, checking out this line for Nick Pratto, 0.5 total bases. Doesn't have any history versus Michael Walker, but let's look at Nick Pratto overall on the season. 350 batting average, 5 doubles, 2 home runs, in 69 plate appearances. Versus right-handed pitching, we can see that don't be fooled by this red versus green here, okay? It's only red because he is not as good of a batter versus right-handed pitching as he is versus left-handed pitching. He's batting 400 against left-handed pitching. Yes, in limited sample size, 10 plate appearances, not a big number to go on here, but 400 batting average is a 400 batting average. Therefore, his 340 batting average versus righties only batting 340 is going to be red. So can't both be green. The lesser of the two will be red. Still very strong numbers versus righties this season. In 59 plate appearances, you can see he has 4 doubles and he has 1 home run. All we need is 1 base from him today. It can be a single, it can be a double. We really don't care. As long as it's not a walk, as long as he doesn't get hit by a pitch to get on base, we are good to go. If you want to look at his numbers over the last 10 games, 12 games, I should say, this is what he's done. So he's accounted for 5, 8, 10, 15, 19, 20 total bases. Is that correct? 5, 10, 15, 20 total bases in those 12 games. That's really what we're counting on. In terms of his hits, 2, 4, 5, 7, 10, and 11 hits in those games. Just make sure I don't have this filter out to home. I do. I knew it. Let's redo this, guys. Sorry about that. So let's redo this. Total bases over the last 30 games, you know, in his 18 games played, he has, look at this. This is 1, 5, 6, 11, 14, 16, 21, 29, 32, 5, 36 total bases in games played this season. That's it, right? Does he have any more to give? No, that was it. 30. In those last 30 games, you can see what he's done. In terms of hits aplenty. So Nick Pratto is getting on base. He's doing it multiple times a game. 1, 2, 1. Look at this. I mean, this is just a really strong game log, strong charts here. I love this over for him today. Strikeouts, yeah, he's going to strike out a lot. I mean, I shouldn't say a lot, but he's going to strike out his fair share. But that's okay because we only need 1 hit from him. We need 1 single, and that's how he's going to do it today. He's going to get on base versus Michael Wacha. And when you factor in all of this, you factor in his numbers versus righties versus lefties. Really doesn't matter because he's finding a way to get on base. He's going to get it done for us today. Give me the over 0.5 total bases for Nick Pratto as play number 2. All right, and for our third and final play of the day, I want to talk about Paul Goldschmidt. Now, you can look to 2 of his hitter score or his hitter props. You can look at his hits, runs, and RBIs at 1.5, or you can take his hitter fantasy score at 7.5. For this video, because it plays into our, I guess, 4th play of the day, I like the hitter fantasy score because not only am I looking for him to go over this, but I'm looking for him to go over this by way of a home run because Paul Goldschmidt is today's 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Let's head on over to props.cash and we will talk about it. Okay, so when we talk about hitter fantasy score, everything's included in that. Walks, being hit by pitch, hitting the ball, hitting home runs, stolen bases, it all applies to hitter fantasy score. So with Paul Goldschmidt, I want to focus on total bases first, you know, over his let's look at these last 10 games that he's played in. He has 3, 6, 7, 8, 21, 26, and 29. Did I do that correctly? 8, 21, 22, 23, 26, 29 total bases in the last 10 games. Hits 2, 5, 6, 7, 11, 14, 16 total hits in the last 10 games. 5, 9, 10, 11, 14, 16. Just always want to make sure. Home runs, 3 home runs, 3 home runs in the last 10 games. They all came in the same game. RBIs, strong RBIs, 7 of those in the last 10 games. And then his hits, runs, and RBIs. I mean, this all looks very good for Paul Goldschmidt. Now, what looks even better than that to me is his history versus Freddie Peralta. In 21 plate appearances, Goldschmidt has a 368 batting average, 842 slug with two singles, 3 doubles, and 2 home runs, 5 extra base hits in those 21 plate appearances versus Freddie Peralta. And then on the season versus righties, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, but typically you'll see right-handed batters do a little bit better versus lefties because of that, you know, just because of the the lefty versus righty split, righty versus lefty split is always going to yield, I think, stronger numbers in baseball. Not always, but most of the time, yes. But his numbers versus right-handed pitchers like Peralta on the season: 291, 18 singles, 6 home runs, 10 doubles. So though the batting average is higher versus left-handed pitching, he's still hitting for more power versus right-handed pitching with those extra base hits and 6 home runs. So just a lot to like here for Paul Goldschmidt for his fantasy score as well as his home run. And as you know, the easiest way to go over a hitter fantasy score is for that hitter to hit a home run. Pretty much clears all of the hitter props for him on that day. So give me the over 7.5 hitter fantasy score for Paul Goldschmidt, as well as a home run, as he is again our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us quickly recap these plays we talked about today. Got the over Tanner Houck, 4.5 pitcher strikeouts at home versus Seattle. Nick Pratto over 0.5 total bases versus the San Diego Padres. Randy Pratto Man. I'm trying to work that in there as best I can. Nick Pratto Man. And then Paul Goldschmidt over 7.5 hitter fantasy score, as well as 1 home run to check the box on our 4-bagger swagger call of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for stopping by the channel, checking this video out. Drop a comment below letting me know what you like on this Prizepicks board, as well as your thoughts over our picks we talked about in today's video. As always, thank you all so much for your continued support. The likes, the subs, comments truly helps this channel get a bit bigger every single day. Best of luck to you all today. Should you tail any of these plays, let me know in the comments below. And until tomorrow's MLB player prop Prizepicks video, Chavez is